Come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Let's get into this. Let's get into the absolutely amazing. This is why people love college football. This is why college football is the greatest game, the tradition, the upsets, the way you just never fucking know. All right, understand that. Although I think the honestly, and I talk about college football a lot on this on my platform. I mean, it's what built my business. It's what I've been a part of for a very long time. It really represents my core more so than the NFL. College football really is the core of a lot of the work that I do. And what is absolutely amazing about it, regardless of how much the transfer portal and NIL is kind of ruining the essence of it, all right? What's beautiful about it is just the unknown. Any given Saturday, all right? And also, when it comes to that, there's also the element of these are kids and they're not professionals. However, they're treated like professionals. So when things like, what we saw against Vanderbilt and Alabama happen, when we see things like, I believe Tennessee lost and I believe Missouri lost, a lot of top 10 teams went down. The top 25 rankings is a completely different list now. And when we see that, we still see the kids. We see them as kids, even though they're treated like professionals. And that's the contrast in that. There's a lot of lessons to be learned when it comes to what the game teaches, the essence of what the game is all about. And that'll never change, regardless of how much the corporate money comes in and the corporate, NIL deals and the corporate sponsorship and all that other bullshit, transfer portal shit, creating free agency, trying to poke holes and ruin the game. That will never change. It's the fact that these are kids who are treated like professionals. And when it comes to games in which, like we saw, where no one predicted that one. There's still major lessons that can be taught. And the main one that we have to take away from what we saw, I'm recording this October 7th, 2024. This was the weekend after, again, yesterday, if you saw the video yesterday, I vented and expressed what I felt like my Michigan Wolverines, the team I'm a fan of. I felt like I talked a lot about where we are in the season and what we need to be doing moving forward in regards to how it's time to rebuild for next year and just, hey, look, hey, last year was last year, this year is this year. It's not looking good this year. Hey, let's go back to the drawing board, rebuild behind that quarterback you guys got, that we got, Jaden Davis, and, go from there. But just don't let him leave the program. Build a program around him with a nice young nucleus to where 2 or 3 years from now we can be talking again about the Michigan Wolverines winning a Big Ten championship and then going on and winning a national championship, right? But anyway, as far as the other major news, like the Alabama losing, the Missouris, the Tennessee losing, and all the major stuff that's coming out, what we have to take away from that as a business owner, as a head of an organization, as a person who is building the business, which is primarily the people who are in my audience, you have to understand the importance of emotional letdowns, all right? Understand that game against Alabama, that game against Georgia 2 weeks ago, that emotional win, all right? That was a very emotional win. And I tell you it's an emotional win because they came out that motherfucker smoking. Just eating up Georgia's ass, really putting it to their ass. And then you saw a complete letdown. You saw a complete letdown where these guys actually, in my opinion, should have ended up losing the game because they let them come back, because they let Georgia come back. However, they squeaked away with a victory off a Hail Mary bomb to that freshman phenom they got. And what we saw against Vanderbilt this week was in a complete emotional letdown. And for those who have played this game, so for those who have been a part of this game for a very long time, understand that it's hard to get high. It's hard to get up to that level when it comes to playing to Georgia. It's hard to get to that level emotionally, and it's hard to maintain that high level of emotion week to week. So when you get a team like Vanderbilt, which is a perfect trap game, you're there, you are in their arena, and I mean, excuse me, not there, Arena. You could tell basketball season coming. This is just a great time of year between basketball, baseball, football. It's all coming around. It's all coming around. But anyway, you're in Vanderbilt Stadium, a stadium where you're a heavy favorite to win the game. It is easy to have that emotional letdown. And what you as a leader needs to do, what you as a coach needs to do, what you as a manager needs to do, what you as, the business owner you need to do for your staff is whenever you have a great win, a great day, a great situation, it's important that your focus is on the next day. Your focus is on keeping that emotion high, keeping that level high so you don't see that huge drop off. I'm telling you right now, this loss is gonna become a ripple effect because let me not say that. The loss, we're going to start to see what Alabama really is about because they are so young, because they're starting so many true freshmen, and to have such an emotional win and then have such an emotional loss, and to see now the criticism, how did they handle it, how are they going to handle the pressure, how they're going to be able to take it, how they're going to move forward to the next day, and to the next day, and to the next day. And as you do that, as the way this translates into your, and I'll close you guys out soon with this, when you translate that and you see how things are happening, these are the things that you could be implementing in your business to make it so you avoid these emotional letdowns. These are things that you could be doing to make sure you're staying consistent with your direction. You're staying consistent with where you want to be. You're staying consistent with your KPIs. You're staying consistent with exactly what it is you are expecting, the measurables that you're expecting from your staff and your employees and all that stuff. That's how that translates. All right. So take a lesson from the game. Understand that, hey, when you see these kinds of things happen on a national scale, this is what we got to do in our business to keep our staff, to keep our players, to keep our people very, very motivated to continue to do this work and maintain. Again, the key is consistency and maintaining what you're about, all right? All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYaMove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Cruikshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.